America is standing on the edge of a decision that could redefine the next decade. The 2025 U.S. presidential election is no longer just a race. It's a fight for the direction of the entire nation. Poll numbers are changing by the hour. Swing states are turning into battlegrounds. And experts say this election could rewrite America's political map. Tonight, we reveal who is really leading. And the truth may shock you. New polling numbers released this week show a razor-thin fight. National polls indicate one thing, but swing state polls paint a completely different picture. In Michigan, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Georgia, and Arizona, margins are within 1 to 3%. These states alone could decide the next president. But polls are not the full story. Something deeper is happening. They only tell us what people were thinking yesterday, not how they feel today. What's driving this incredible uncertainty? To understand that, we have to look beyond the numbers and into the hearts and minds of American voters. Across the country, everyday Americans are feeling the pressure. Rising costs, job insecurity from AI automation, healthcare struggles, immigration concerns, and global conflict are shaping opinions far more than political talking points. For many voters, this election is personal. It's about their family's budget, their community's safety, and their children's future. Analysts say the mood is tense. People want stability, leadership, and real solutions, not more empty promises. This powerful emotional shift is pushing voters in new directions, making old political loyalties less reliable than ever. Traditional voting blocs are fracturing as people prioritize their immediate needs over party lines. This is not a traditional Republican versus Democrat election. The rules of the game have fundamentally changed. Social media influence is stronger than ever. Short videos, viral debate clips, podcast interviews, and TikTok trends are shaping millions of opinions instantly, often bypassing traditional news media entirely. Younger voters are turning out in higher numbers, energized by issues that directly impact their future, while older voters remain the most powerful and consistent bloc. Add in the growing independent voter movement, which now makes up a significant portion of the electorate, and 2025 becomes a historic turning point. It's a collision of generations, technologies, and ideologies. In the recent debates, a few key moments instantly went viral, completely dominating the online conversation. Analysts noticed sharp shifts in online sentiment within hours of these exchanges. A candidate's ability to deliver a memorable line or successfully counter an attack is no longer just a matter of winning the debate hall. It's about winning the internet. Debate performance has become a major factor in predicting momentum. One strong, authentic moment can push a candidate forward, while one mistake or perceived weakness can sink them in the polls almost overnight. The pressure is immense. Never before has social media held this much influence over an American election. Campaigns now invest millions of dollars not just in traditional TV ads, but in influencers, micro-targeted social ads, and short-form video storytelling. A single viral clip can reach 50 million viewers overnight, a scale that traditional media can rarely match. For many voters, especially those under 40, their primary source of election news is coming not from evening television, but directly from their phones. This digital battlefield is where narratives are built and destroyed, and it's shaping the polls more than anything else we've seen before. Ultimately, the entire election comes down to a handful of key battlegrounds. These 5 swing states are the heart of the 2025 race: in Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Georgia, and Arizona. Campaigns are pouring unprecedented amounts of money, time, and manpower into these areas. They're blanketing the airwaves with ads, organizing massive rallies, and deploying armies of volunteers for door-to-door outreach. The polls here are extremely close, often well within the margin of error. Experts say even a small increase in voter turnout in a single suburban county could flip an entire state. And whichever candidate wins the majority of these states will almost certainly win the presidency. And in this tight contest, pollsters say the real wild card is the independent and undecided voters. For the first time in decades, this group is larger than either party's dedicated base in some key regions. They are not loyal to a party, they are loyal to results. Their top concerns are consistent across the board: affordability, public safety, access to health care, job security, and a deep-seated need for trust in leadership. They are listening to both sides, weighing the options, and their final decisions in the closing months of the campaign will be the deciding factor that determines the next President of the United States. So, what can we expect to happen next? The final months before a U.S. election are always intense, but this time it's different. The stakes feel higher and the division feels deeper. Expect to see major rallies designed to energize the base, powerful speeches aimed at undecideds, new policy announcements, and possibly some major endorsements that could shift the momentum. And yes, you can count on more viral moments that will dominate the news cycle. As the race tightens to the wire, both campaigns are preparing for the most aggressive final push we've seen in years. It will be a non-stop fight to the finish. So, after all this, who is really leading right now? The truth is, the race is too close to call. Anyone who tells you they know for sure is not looking at the data. What we know is this: America is divided, energized, and ready to make a decision that will define the next decade and beyond. This election will come down to turnout, messaging, and that final brutal push in the swing states. We'll be here keeping you updated on every development, every single day. Stay tuned. This is your daily election update. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications.